Duke 84, Auburn 78. Let's break it down. How did Duke win this game, Harris? A Duke team that just lost to Kansas. They've looked a little bit shaky. Auburn looked near flawless all year. How does it happen? Well, one, it's college basketball. And two, these Duke guards, man, they won them this game. They had just 4 turnovers Duke did as a team. You ask me, Harris, what is the key to beating Auburn? How do you beat a Bruce Pearl Auburn team? Well, simple. Don't let them get out in transition. Last year, I have it right here, this Auburn team, 16% of Auburn's points came in transition. That's at the top 4% of college basketball. That's the 5th highest in the Power 5. Well, this is practically the same team. 7 of their top 9 minute per game guys returned from that team last year. Still a lot of the same team. Add Miles Kelly from Georgia Tech to that team. This team loves to run. You know how many fast break points Auburn had? 0. Why, you ask? Duke took care of the basketball. That's why. Something they did not do against Kansas, 16 turnovers, 10 fast break points allowed. They lost by 3. Against Kentucky, 7 turnovers, not bad, but they gave up 12 fast break points. Well, guess what? They lost by 4. Take away a couple of those turnovers like they did in this Auburn game, all of a sudden, we could be looking at an undefeated Duke team so far this year. This could be a different story. Also, I do want to talk about this as well. Jon Scheyer throwing in Isaiah Evans clearly took Auburn off guard. I'm not sure if Auburn adequately accounted for Isaiah Evans in the scouting report because he was so open, it was like he was in outer space. I mean, he was 6 for 8 from 3. Most of those came in the early part of the first half when Auburn just didn't have any defense on him. They later on reacted, but by that time it was too late. He already had 18 points. I think Jon Scheyer has something in Isaiah Evans, and I think on Tuesday night, I beg your pardon, he learned that. We learned that. And I want to say this as well. Despite Duke looking as good as they have not reached their ceiling yet. Duke has not reached their ceiling yet because Cooper Flagg has not reached his ceiling yet. I want to make that clear. Cooper Flagg, folks, was a 38% three-point shooter his final 2 years at Mount Verde. He's shooting 23% from 3 this year. Right now, he hasn't found his stroke, folks. And you know what? In a game of basketball, especially in college basketball, that happens. I'm going to guarantee you right now, that will go up. That will go up. And a lot of people, you know what? A lot of people compared him to Kevin Durant. And that name is thrown around like a rumor at a teenage girl sleepover in the NBA draft community. And you know what? That name shouldn't be thrown around like that because that's one of the potentially consensusly viewed. I'm not into list making that much, but consensusly viewed 20 greatest basketball players to ever play the game. And I know other people have received it. Brandon Ingram, Michael Porter Jr., Bol, Chet Holmgren received it a while ago. That is a special name, folks. The one that should not be thrown around the way that it is in the NBA draft community. So Kevin Durant isn't the first guy that comes to mind when I think of Cooper Flagg. I'm going to give you one because I kind of thought of this. You know who he reminds me of, man? Oh, Andre Karolinko. Only the real ones know who Andre Karolinko is. This defensive specimen, 2 steals a game, 3 blocks a game in his peak. He's well ahead of his time, this versatile, kind of streaky shooter, but the capability was there. He could handle, he was mobile, he was lengthy, block shots, got steals. A great defensive player, but also a good offensive player with some capability as well. The reason why Duke is giving up 61 points per game is because of Cooper Flagg. And when Cooper Flagg figures it out offensively, they will be a scary team because they might be the best team in the country right now as it is. Now throw in that, man, this Duke team could be scary, man. Duke team could be really freaking scary. So a lot of positives from Duke. And on Auburn's end, man, I mean, just sort of met their match. I mean, Duke didn't give them a chance to really win this game with the amount of turnovers that they did not instill in themselves. They just took care of the basketball. Reality of it, plain simple. That's how they won this game.